What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Barba223, and here we are with a Magden build again. It's kind of similar to a build I've done before. I just changed up a couple things, so I wanted to give you an updated version. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please check out my Twitch channel and follow my Twitch if you haven't already. I will put that up on the screen, but it is also Barba223. I have the same logo, so you'll know where to find me. I just got affiliate, so I want to celebrate that. I'm going to be streaming a little bit more, and hopefully you guys can tune in, and I'll stick to YouTube when it comes to videos. But thank you for the continued support. Let's get to 2,000 subs, and let's get into it. Alright, so today, I actually got this new style right here. It's kind of fire. If I can find it, I don't even know where it's at. It's in here somewhere. I don't know. This one. This is the yeah, I got this. It looks pretty sweet, so I like it. Anyways, so character scream, we're at 33,000 health, which is obviously wrong. So we're at 37,000 health, 21,000 magic, 14,000 stamina. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little congested. My allergies are absolutely obliterating me. So I got 1,300 magic recovery plus whatever we get from the Betty. We got 1,000 stam recovery, which is solid. We got 3,900 spell damage unbuffed, so we get other sources of spell damage, so it's nothing to worry about. We got plenty of damage. 4,000 pen before we get major and minor breach, so again, that's nothing to worry about whatsoever. And then buffed up, we get 26% crit, which is pretty solid. For resistances, we get 31 and 29 on the bag bar, and then we get 28 and 26, which is good. And if you want to, I'm using powered on my staff. Oops. I'm using powered on my staff. Go defending if you feel necessary. You want to get a little bit more resistance, but I think 30 is plenty, so don't worry about it. We have 45 points in the magic, 19 in the health. You can move these around as you see fit. If you want to have a little bit more health, you want to have a little bit more magic. Completely up to you. This is personal preference, so I think both are solid. You lose a little bit of damage with more health. You lose a little bit of health with more magic. So, I mean, there's a trade-off. This build is going to be also a lot better when the new update comes out. So when the new patch notes drop with all the changes to the buffs and the shields and the changes to Magden and status effects, all those changes are going to make Warden better and this build even better. This build is going to be freaking insane, bro. I'm telling you. I promise. On everything. Alright, so we got 11% crit damage flat, which is fine. Like, it's not bad. I mean, you get I'm sorry. You get 23% crit damage flat, which is really good. So once you proc minor brittle and all that stuff, like it's gonna be a lot more. So it's good. We are a Breton because Breton is just the best. Honestly, we're using Jewels and Misrule. We're using the Shadow Mundus to increase our crit damage and crit healing because we got a lot of crit. I mean, what are we at? So we're at 26%. To get a lot, we get plenty of value out of that, to be honest with you. So it's pretty good. I like the shadow even for the big heals that you get to. So that's what we're using. Again, feel free to change up the attributes however you see fit. We are a vampire stage 3 because like that's an absolute must in this day and age. So yeah. All right, so the gear, you might already saw it. It is what it is. So on the front bar, this is a big one here. All right, so we are using the Black Rose Ice Staff. Now, I'm using Disease because Disease can proc Defile, so that's really good. Also, in the next update, Disease is getting a little bit of a buff, so that's kind of fire as well. That's really, really nice. Now, also, the reason I'm using Disease on here is because we're already using Force Pulse. Force Pulse can apply the other three, right? It can apply the Chill, it can apply the burning, and it can apply the concuss, right, already. So that's already going to apply those three things. So now we can have a disease damage, which is increasing more damage, also applying other status effects. So it's really good. Disease is just what I like to use. You could use whatever. You could use poison. I mean, it's up to you, but that's just what I'm using. We're using Sharpen, and we're using the Black Rose Ice Staff. Now, if you don't have the Black Rose Ice Staff, this one used to be insanely good. Back when the super dot meta, but it still is really good now. People used to use the AoE version that goes like around you, like you put your arm up in the air and it like makes a clink noise, and like you use that. But now I'm a range build, so I use the one that you can target anywhere around you. especially in like a BG or a big fight. You could literally hit like 20 people with this, bro. Like, it's crazy. Imagine, like, this dot does so much damage, and like it hits so many people at once. Like, I'll tell you what it does, but yeah, we're using Sharpen Ice Staff. Like, reduce the cost of Impulse by 10%. Impulse plays a lingering elemental damage, dealing Flame, Shock, and Frost, all 2,600 over 8 seconds. So, all 3 of these are going to go off within that 8 seconds, right? Each element ticks once over the duration, and its damage scales with the higher of your blah, 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 right? It's a lot of damage. That's all I got to say. Also, there is no cooldown, right? So you can spam this on anything. So if you want to spam it and you miss or whatever, you can just spam it over and over. Like it does damage on hit, which is really nice. So the skill already does damage itself, right? So you're not wasting that. So it hits, right? So I just hit for 11k with the skill itself, and then the dot ticks, right? So, and then you want to reapply it, you just reapply it, like. So it does a ton of damage. It's really nice. Honestly, it adds up. It's easy damage. That's all I gotta say. It's easy damage. Now, don't get me wrong. The Master Staff is incredible. You could use the Master Staff instead. I don't have a problem with that. I think that works too. So, I'm trying this out. So far, it's clapping people. It does sneaky damage on people that don't even notice it. And if you don't have a cleanse, you're gonna get your cheeks clapped by it. So it's really good, really good. On the back bar, we're using Daedric Trickery like always. I'm sorry guys, I can't stop using this set. This set is too good. You could use Mara's Bomb if you want, whatever. But Daedric Trickery is my baby. It's like my favorite set ever. I'm using Powered, like I said. If you don't want to use Powered, go ahead and use Defending. This is completely personal preference. You could also, I like Desert Rose a lot. You know I'm a big fan of Desert Rose. But that's just me. So you can use Daedric Trickery, Defending, or Powered. I think they're both really good. Just for this build, I'm using the Powered one just because it feels better because I'm in a lot of heavy. So if you don't know what Daedric Trickery does, it does health, stamina, magic, and then when you deal damage, which anytime you flip to your back bar pretty much, you get 1 of 5 major random buffs. Now, I think this set is going to actually be a lot better in the next patch, and I'll tell you why in a second. You can essentially get almost 3 buffs at a time. So Expedition is speed, protection is less damage, Mending is healing, Heroism is ultimate, and Vitality is healing received. So they all have a lot of value, to be honest with you. Now, I was in a debate with somebody about this. If I have something that already gives me major Heroism outside of this, will Daedric Trickery proc Heroism again and refresh the duration, or will it not proc Heroism and proc something else because I already have Heroism? This is still a debate I cannot figure out. I can't figure it out. So like if I heavy attack with my Wrestler Staff and I get Major Mending, but then my Daedric Trickery just happens to want to proc Major Mending, does it just give me a refresh duration, or will it proc something else because I already have Mending up? I can't tell. Let me know in the comments if you have figured this out yourself. Either way, it's still good. I'm not going to be upset about it regardless. I still think it's a great set, but I'm not sure. I can't figure it out, so let me know what you think. But it's a great set, and the reason this is going to be better next patch is when, as soon as I get into my skills, I'll tell you, because it all kind of synergizes. But yeah, next patch is going to be insane. Alright, so here we got Malabeth Scourger. This is my favorite monster set in the game. You can hate on it if you want. I know Balor is good. I know Kajar's Nightmare is good. I know Engine Guardian is good. I know Magma Incarnate is good, right? There's a ton of good monster helms. This is my favorite. I don't know what it is. This set just makes me feel invincible. I feel like I can't die when I have this on. Alright, so it gives health, and then when you take damage, you have a 10% chance to... So any type of damage, right? So any type of damage. You tether to your enemy. You deal damage every second, and you heal for the damage caused, which is slept on, and you gain major vitality, increasing your healing received by 16%. This is from yourself and everybody else, and it can apply every 6 seconds. To sum it up, this basically has 100% uptime. As soon as it goes down, it comes back up. It's kind of like Engine Guardian. It feels like it's always up. The heals, you just get 16% healing, pretty much, all the time. It's so good. It is very good against melee builds. It's very good against really anything. Especially the way I want to play. Now, Major Vitality. What is Major Vitality? Major Vitality gives you extra healing done from others to yourself also, and you doing healing to yourself, right? So Major Mending is the opposite. Major Mending would be healing to yourself, but you doing healing to others rather than others doing healing to you. So Vitality is the selfish version, I like to say. Mending is the unselfish version. So Vitality is good for a solo guy because it gets better healing from everyone. So this is very, very good. My favorite monster set ever. I promise you, it's so good. Please use it. Now Vitality in the next patch is going to make your damage shield stronger. Okay, so why is that valuable? Well, we have access to a very good damage shield. We have access to 2 very good damage shields, actually. So that is going to be very, very good when we get to our skills. I'll show you exactly how that works. But it is insanely good, and next patch is going to be even better. We have a ton of ultimate regeneration on this build, so it's insane, to be honest with you. Alright, so here we're using Shao, like I mentioned, the insane alt regen. Here's where it starts. Okay, so we get health, we get spell damage, we get crit, and then we get a good line of spell damage again, and then we get minor heroism at all times while in combat. So you're getting 1 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. Alright, so why is this so good with this build specifically? Well, you are using this and Daedric Trickery. What does that mean? Well, you're getting minor heroism, and then you're also getting major heroism. So you get minor heroism, which is 1 every 1.5 seconds, and I believe major heroism is either 2 or 3 every 1.5 seconds, right? So you're getting a ridiculous amount of ultimate every 1.5 seconds. The heroism is up a lot. You're getting a lot of ultimate regen. You're spamming alts, essentially. You can spam rest of alts, you can spam Northern Storms, you can spam Dawnbreakers, whatever you want to use. It's really good. Offers a lot of value, and on top of it, this set also offers damage. It gives you spell damage, and it gives you health. Health is great to have on a Warden, so this set is very well-rounded and very good. People hate on me all the time for using this. Every time I put this in a video, somebody hates on it. Every time. I don't really care. This set is great. One of my favorite sets. You don't have to do anything to use it. It just runs. It doesn't have to be procced. It's just a good set. You can use this in no CP. You can just use it all the time. Very good. So we're using Shao again, right? So we're full heavy. Again, you want to have reinforced, in pen, that kind of thing, well fitted, right? So we're using Shao on the body at all times. We're using Daedric Trickery on the back bar, and we're using the Black Rose Frost Staff on the front bar, all right? So that is what we are running with. So the jewelry, we have Daedric Trickery here. We have Swift on it. It don't matter what you use. I think Bloodthirsty is the best, but feel free to use whatever you can get your hands on. So Shao jewelry is probably easier to get your hands on. We have an infused Daedric Trickery ring. I bought these on the store for like 5K. I bought them. They're blue, but like they're also crafted, so they're also very worth it. Then we have Shao here. I will transmute to Bloodthirsty as soon as I get a chance. But that is what we're running. If you do not like it, you can also drop Malabeth and run a Mythic if you really want to. You can run, I don't know where it is. You can run Death Dealer's Feet. You can run Markham Ring of Majesty. Whatever you're comfortable with. I like Death Dealers a lot, so you could drop Malabeth, but you'll lose a lot of tankiness. So that's good. Good to run. Alright. So skills on the front bar, we have Blue Betty, Cleanse, Recovery, Damage. Really good. Deep Fissure, we have it's your bread and butter. It is basically your burst. You want to line up your Dawnbreaker with it. Very good. Immunity to snares, minor berserk, speed. Must have. Frost Ring is what I told you about, so it does 6,000. It also applies minor protection to you and nearby group members, but you already have minor protection, so it's okay. It's only 3,500 for a very, very valuable dot, and like I said, you can just put it out in the open like this, and then you're done. Your work is already done, so it's very good. Alright, so very, very good. Here we're using Force Pulse. Now, Force Pulse is insane. Reason being is because you can apply all the status effects with it. So that's a big, big, big thing to have. And something even more important is that anyone that has a status effect will take 8,000 damage nearby. So you know how much free damage you get out of this? Dude, everyone has a status effect on them at all times in this game. Like, this is ESO we're talking about. This is Elder Scrolls. Everyone has status effects on them at all times. Like, you're always going to be hitting somebody else with it. So it does 6,000, but it also does 80 or 7,600 on top of that. Like, that's so much free damage for nothing. Especially when you pair it with Frost Ring. Like, it's just insane, to be honest with you. It's also insane if you were to pair it with Northern Storm, because Northern Storm is going to apply status effect pretty likely. So it's good. Here we use Dawnbreaker. Now, like I said, Dawnbreaker is insane. Now, let me just let the first thing go here. Alright, so here's what I like to do. So if you just wait a second here, right? So you can time it at the same time, and it's like, that was like 35k for just using a skill that doesn't require any skill. So Dawnbreaker does a ridiculous amount of damage, to be honest. And is a stun, which is something that Warden kind of lacks, so it's really nice. On the back bar, we have Ice Fortress. You need this skill, you must have it. Major Resolve. Here we have Resolving Vigor, Big Heal, and Minor Resolve as well. Polar Wind is the bread and butter heal. Gone are the days of the other version, Arctic Wind, right? Polar Wind is far, far, far better. It's not even close. Polar Wind heals you and a teammate, and you get a heal over time. Literally unmatched. I mean, that's insane, bro. That's insane. Now here we're using Crystallized Slab. This skill will be next patch, will be buffed by Major Vitality and Minor Vitality. So it was worth 57,000 damage already, which is crazy, but next patch it'll be even better. So this is like invincibility to projectiles, at least next patch and kind of now. So it's very good. Also, it stuns those annoying losers. So if you're in a 1vx situation or you're outnumbered and somebody's just spamming on you, you pop that and you can kind of even up the fight over and over. And to be honest with you, it kind of makes people not even want to attack you at all because it's annoying. So it's really good. Here we're using Lotus Blossom. It heals you for every single light and heavy attack. It heals you or a teammate. So that's really, really good. So if some people need healing, it's going to be a lot of extra healing just on the side. It also gives you your crit, and it also only costs 1,300, so it's like a free skill. Here we're using Life Giver, the best healing ultimate in my opinion in the game. Pretty much invincibility for 5 seconds. It's insane. So that's what we're using now. Like I mentioned before, next patch this build's going to get even better. We get a ton of ultimate regen. We also get Major Vitality at all times, which is going to increase your shield. So we're also going to get extra damage from our chilled, which is not going to be much better than what it is now, but it's like 7% better or something like that. So here we're using this. So this is what I was talking about. So down here, fully charged Ice Staff, heavy attacks, grant 11,000 damage shield. This effect scales off of your max health. So we have 36,000 health, so it's probably even higher now that I just did that. Yeah, 12,000, right? So if you heavy attack something, so let's just test it, right? There you go. So look, we have a 12,000 damage shield. That's insane. And also, you want to heavy attack a lot on this build, right? So like, you want to heavy attack a lot because you want to have that up as much as you can. It just adds a ridiculous amount of tankiness to you. Because if you have this with the 57,000 damage shield and then this, the extra, the 12,000 from that, like, it's a lot of damage to eat through. If people really struggle to do it, it also can save your life. So it's really, really nice to have. It's very good. It's solid. So that's what I run. That's what we're using. I hope you enjoy the build. It's a very, very fun build. It's an easy build to play. I believe next patch the Vitality is going to give you like a 8% or 16% buff to damage shields. It's something crazy like that. So this build would probably be even better on like an Arcanist, just because like their damage shields are stupid. But yeah, so champion, really quick. So Master at Arms, Biting Aura, Ironclad, Untamed Aggression, Celerity, I think that's how you say it. Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, Peace of Mind. By no means am I the champion point legend. I just play mostly non-CP and BGs, I'll be honest. I'm not good at them, yes, but like that's mostly what I play, so I'm not super, adept to knowing all the CPs, so I'm not going to lie to you. But if you think you like it, please use it. If you don't, I understand if you switch it up. So, one flex spot I wanted to mention is the Dawnbreaker Smiting. If you don't want to use that, you can use Northern Storm, because Northern Storm is awesome. You could also use Ice Comet if you feel the need, but that's up to you. You could also switch this and use Secluded Grove, or you can also switch this and use Elemental Storm, the Ice Storm. No real, that's just totally up to you. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please follow me on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, guys. Peace.